This is the only channel on YouTube that is aimed to helping you, the viewer, overcome this deficiency. Today we'll be doing a Q&A. I have all the questions here that you guys have been asking me over the past couple months. Yeah, I'm finally getting around to doing this Q&A, so let's begin. So the first question is, it says, how did you spend your time while you were vitamin D deficient? So basically, I couldn't do much. Most of you guys who have the deficiency could relate. You can't do much. Everything hurt. The bones hurt. The muscles hurt. Like, hey, even my teeth were hurting. Yeah, it was a really bad time. I'm good now, though. If you guys want to get like me, you guys got to subscribe to this channel. So that's how I spent my time while I was vitamin D deficient. Just basically in bed and just chilling because you couldn't do much. Next question. Someone asks, what is the role in sexual health? So vitamin D is basically a hormone and it has receptors all across the body. So basically, if you're low in vitamin D, any and everything can go wrong, including your sexual performance. So basically, you have to have enough vitamin D in order for you to really perform in bed. Yes. So the next question is, why does taking vitamin D cause headaches? So vitamin D doesn't cause headaches. Vitamin D is an anti-inflammatory, which means it's supposed to actually reduce headaches or prevent them from happening in the first place. What happens though is that when we start supplementing vitamin D, magnesium begins to drop, because magnesium and vitamin D work hand in hand. So when vitamin D goes up, magnesium tend to go below. That's why we have to supplement both at the same time. So you're not getting a headache because of you started supplementing vitamin D. You're getting a headache because the magnesium is dropping, which a symptom of low magnesium is having headaches. So someone asked, what is the perfect dose to take for vitamin D3? It's important that you take the D3. Perfect dose, I would say anywhere between 5 to 10,000 IUs. There's some cases where you can take more. I'll get into that in another video, where you can take upwards to 30,000, but that's only for specific sets of people. So the next question is, someone says, what level should your vitamin D be at? So the vitamin D, when you go to the doctor to get the blood test, the vitamin D should be around, for me, it should be around anywhere above 60 nanograms per deciliter, all the way up to 100. I like to keep mine around the 80 to 95 mark. So that's a good range. I've seen persons get it up there by just taking 5,000 IUs. So it all depends on your body, and when you go and get tested, what's the range. If the range is low, after you've been supplementing about 5,000 IUs, you got to up the dose. Your body is having a hard time absorbing the vitamin, so you have to up the dose. Someone asks, what do you do when your doctor doesn't want to check your vitamin D? Most doctors, they don't want to check the vitamin D. I think it has something to do with like the insurance doesn't cover it or something along that line. But for you, just go to an independent lab actually, and just do it there. You're gonna have to pay up front, but go to an independent lab and just get it done. Someone asks, how long does the irregular heartbeat last? It takes a while. Honestly, about 5-6 months in. Month 3 to 4, you should be seeing a difference, but like 5 to 6 months, because mine lasted a while. So about that, you should be realizing the heartbeats begin to normalize. The heartbeats really has a problem to do with the magnesium, and magnesium takes a while to be replenished in the body, even up to a year, depending on how long you were deficient. Next question, someone asks, did you experience hand pain? Yep. Like these knuckles, like as soon as I start supplementing, like these knuckles right here, these are not knuckles, are they? Anyhow, these knuckles, these actually began experiencing some pain. So I didn't know why, but I continued supplementing, and that's why I tell many of you guys, when you start supplementing, you're gonna experience new pains. Please do not stop. You have to continue taking the supplement. The new pains are going to disappear within weeks. Please, you guys have to listen to me. I've been there. I've done that. You just have to hold the faith, guys. Come on. That's your pep talk for the day, by the way. Yes, sir. What type and how much of magnesium should you take? So I take magnesium glycinate. That's the best magnesium to take, and I take about 400 milligrams daily. You can do 200 in the morning, 200 in the night. It's kind of best to split it. So yeah, that's what I do for magnesium. Please don't buy magnesium oxide. It doesn't work. Someone asks, how did I end up deficient? That's a funny story. I think I might have to make a completely different video for this, but here's what happened. I think I became magnesium deficient first and then became vitamin D deficient after, as a result of the low magnesium. I was on the keto diet, and I think that's what happened. The keto diet tends to screw with your electrolyte. Magnesium is one of the major electrolytes, and if that begins to drop, then vitamin D is going to follow. Just keep that in mind. Someone asks, did you have tremor or tremors? To a certain degree. Sometimes I'll just find myself shaking, yeah. But it wasn't really, really bad, but it was noticeable. So I did have tremors, yeah. Someone asks, what happens if you're pregnant with low vitamin D? Well, that's easy. So that's not good for you. That's one. Two, that's not good for the baby, because the baby is going to be at risk for being born with rickets. Rickets, I'm going to put a picture here. Rickets are like this, where the bones in the knees, they're bent, and the child may be born with different stuff like a weakened immune system and these different stuff. So please, for you and your child, please take, even before you're pregnant, if you're planning to get pregnant, optimize your vitamin D before. But if you can't, please, during the pregnancy, you have to. Someone says, explain your experience with brain fog. So the brain fog was terrible. This is coming from someone who does a lot of work that you gotta think. And sometimes, like, I begin speaking and the train of thought is gone. It sometimes even happened to this day, and I hate it. Oh, another thing I want to mention, right? Some of the vitamin D symptoms, they're not going to fully go away. They're going to be reduced, but they're never going to be fully resolved, it seems. Because I've been vitamin D, I've restored my vitamin D a long time now. I think it's almost 3 years or 4 years. Just keep that in mind. Some of the symptoms may never fully resolve. The last question is, what are the exact dose of everything you need to take? Thank you for joining me for yet another video, and I'll see you next time.